Well, welcome to the Tea and Coffee Hub. Hello, Karen.
Hey Steve, what's going on?
Oh, I think we got a good one today.
Uh-oh.
So I recently was in an event speaking at it, and there was the speaker behind me was talking about marketing and Google.
Okay.
Of course, and he's focusing on Google My Business and trying to get them to help everyone to increase their Google My Business accounts and their
Mhm.
presence and everywhere else. And then the topic came up, well, how does this affect Facebook and all these other platforms? And he goes, said this from the front of the room. I bet you're the kind of person who needs instant gratification in your business.
Okay.
That person's jaw hits the ground. And he goes, do you even have a Google My Business account? Is your business on Google? Like
Hmm.
dedicated? No. Let me guess. You're on Facebook and you pray for the likes. And she goes, yes. And I go, what happens when, and he goes, what happens when you don't get the likes? And she goes, I try something more. I do more.
Oh God, we need to do the do more concept another time because that's a whole thing. And vanity metrics with social media, get them out of your head and we'll talk about that. And another one. Like this is
Exactly.
like opening so many cans of worms right now.
So here he is, a Google expert,
Hmm.
certified Google, everything Google, right? She is this expert in front of the room and she's worried about likes on her Facebook post where he's going, hmm, I'd rather have searchability leading it to my website where I get to promote and talk to my target market versus a
Hmm.
heart or a thumbs up. She didn't get the difference.
Oh, and my head's hurting right now because, well, that's my world. Social
Right.
media is my world. And I actually think both of them are missing the point
Well,
just because of how my mind works.
yeah. And here I'm thinking, here's someone who needs that instant gratification, but they're missing the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And I know you and I have had this conversation many times offline. It's also a generational thing. So, like, my generation does not need the instant gratification. We're going for the sale, the long term, that kind of
Um, some of your generation does.
thing.
It depends on how people, I think it's a generational thing, but it's also how people are wired.
Yeah,
Because what I've noticed with your generation, they still have that employee mindset. So do X work, get X back.
not my mindset. I've never
No,
had
I've
that.
met several. Well, your brain's wired like weird, so that's why.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are, do this, get this back. But the instant gratification problem is a big deal.
And I know I hear it from, kids, and there was a lot of like 20 some year olds in that conference,
Mhm.
and they were all like, yes, it has to be about instant gratification because they thrive on it, but they're getting zero sales,
Hmm.
zero sales calls, and then they wonder what they're doing wrong. But they're getting lots of likes.
Yeah. Well, this is something else. It's like it always brings me back to this statistic that what happens to 80% of small businesses?
They fail.
They fail. And if you actually broke them down, I will tell you that most of them decided they failed within the first 90 days because they
Absolutely.
didn't get the instant gratification of running a business.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it teaching so many workshops. Oh, I
Hmm.
started my business. I closed it 6 months later because I got no sales. Well, what did you do in the 6 months?
Hmm.
I'm setting up my website. I'm just posting on social media, doing all these
With no
busy,
plan.
busy work. No plan, no call to
Um,
action, no target market, no nothing. Just busy work, busy, and they needed
yeah,
the that
yeah.
instant gratification.
I just had a coaching client recently, and I came in. They're supposed to be an established business, and for the first month and a half, 2 months, I was resetting their entire path from social media to their website to their booking to having because you couldn't go onto their social medias and see where you needed to go after the fact. You couldn't go on their website and see how you needed to book a call. You weren't talking to the problem. The
Right.
path was just like, we posted this cool video. Why aren't people like filling our calendar? Because one, they don't see where to fill it. Two, and so it took me like a month and a half, 2 months to get all this done. But I want you to think about this. I'm meeting them once a week, rewriting all their SEO with them, coming up with a pathway with them, showing them how they travel from one thing to the other, showing how they make it consistent, and then how to start content that goes from top of funnel to bottom of funnel. And they was like, well, we're not getting bookings yet. They complained because in the first 4 weeks, they hadn't increased their bookings. But in the 4 weeks, I had to rip apart their entire system to change everything.
Oh, it's crazy. Well, we were just talking right before that we hit record about I just watched a webinar about email
Mm-hmm.
openings and everything else. And they're basically they said the same thing. People need that instant gratification, but they're not like target they don't have a plan. They're not targeting their market and they're not talking to their market. So,
Mm-hmm.
Karen, what are like three tips that you would give someone when they need that
Oh,
instant gratification? But we both know it's a warm, fuzzy feeling, but it doesn't, get the
doesn't
cash
mean anything.
register ringing.
So first, in your first 30 days, you have to change your instant gratification dopamine hit to an actionable item, not a receiving item. So what this could be is I will set up my social media with a plan with a top through bottom of funnel content, and
Mhm.
I will have that posted over the next 30 days. Yes, have your instant gratification that you did that, you achieved that, you got that done. Okay. That's first of all. Second of all, you have to stop with the vanity metrics. I know. So I've actually had conversations with you. You're going to laugh at this. I had someone who had over 2.8 million followers on the platform, but she couldn't figure out why she was only making around about $200 a month.
Yep.
Yeah. And she's like, but people love my stuff. I get like 178 likes, 78,000 likes on every video. I get so many comments, but no one came to. And one, she actually didn't have a product. She
Yep.
just thought the platforms, because okay, you may not know this content, the platforms will pay certain people to post.
Right.
It's not that much money. So she didn't have a product. Two, she wasn't doing anything to bring these people in to nurture them to want them to have that product. But she was getting all these likes and zero sales. Yeah, I will turn around and I'll talk to someone else and go, oh my gosh, I did this post that you recommended the other day. It got one like, but two people booked. Why did it only get one like when two people booked? Because people don't necessarily like and comment before they book. Sometimes they'll just click the link and take care of it.
Right. While we're
The,
on this topic, that the webinar talking about emails, they said, yeah, at the beginning when you're nurturing and warming up your email campaign, look at the open rates. They go
yeah,
after a certain point of time, okay, get that out of there because that's your vanity metric, the opens. What is you really should be looking through is the click
unsubscribe.
throughs and everything else. That's your real indication.
Yeah, it is. And I will say the third tip I'm going to get, if you have this instant gratification thing, awesome. You know what? I have ADHD. I totally have instant gratification. I do not allow instant gratification in my business. I will give my instant gratification to somewhere else. If it's that I manage to clean something, put something away, pick something up, fix, that's my instant gratification fix because I know full well it cannot be my business. So I switch it to where it needs to be.
Absolutely. And you and I both know it's cute that we get likes, but we're more
So
important
cute.
for sales meetings, prospect calls,
Mm-hmm.
actionable. Hey, they're downloading one of our documents, a book. That's more important to you and I than,
Oh yeah.
oh, look, this post got 1,000 likes, but no sales.
Yeah. Yeah. Likes an instant thing. Instant gratification does not mean likes. But here's the other part. And I know this is a social media thing, not an instant gratification thing, but I'm gonna tell you the reason most of you are failing on social media. Like, okay, Steve, you are a genius at what you do. You have all the lingo, you have all the knowledge, But if you posted like that on social media,
Ugh,
absolutely no one would want to work with you,
absolutely
even
not.
though you're a genius. Because most of the small businesses, they're posting in their own lingo. They're using their own like
Yeah.
terms. They're using like the technical terms instead of talking to someone where they're at. What
Yep.
are they doing? They're not going to say, a plumber's not going to put out there, if you need this, this, and this done, and putting out the actual terms of the process. Is people going to go, huh?
Exactly.
What's that? And this is one of the reasons you're not getting that instant gratification as well, because you're talking in languages that people don't listen in.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd rather have one like and 10,
Hmm.
10 prospect calls
Yeah, me too.
all day. And I think
You
that's
can
where a lot
never
of
judge it.
small business owners, they're missing the point. They're using it as that excuse. It's that busy being busy kind of mentality. Oh,
Hmm.
look at this. But let's look at the bottom line, the results, because that's why you're in business, right? You got to make a dollar.
Yeah. I want to bring up another form of instant gratification. It drives me absolutely fucking nuts. And I speak to so many business owners that do this. They feel like they're not getting enough sales, so they randomly throw out, let's do a promotion.
Oh
Let's
my
knock
God.
20% off. Let's do this.
Stop it.
Let's throw more free stuff on. Oh my gosh, we need to add this. We need to add that. Oh, let's do that. And by the time you're finished, your margin's down to 2% because you put it down and you're getting all these sales. And you're like, "Ooh, I got 25 sales today." But your margin's now at 2%. And that is barely paying anything. So you're going to end these 25 sales, finishing whatever the product is, whatever the service is. After you've paid everything down, you go, why have I only got $10 in my bank account?
Right. If you're lucky.
But you feel great if you feel great when you're doing it because ping, 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 it's racking up. So you're allowing that instant gratification to cause you a huge meltdown later.
Mhm. You got a good point on that because, as you know, I do a lot of joint venture partnerships
Hmm.
with people. And when we share our metrics and everything, we throw in the open rate because that's an indicator, but we also throw in
Hmm.
how many were sent out. So now we have more of a baseline. But what we're
Hmm.
really looking at is the click-throughs.
Yeah,
We focus more on the click-throughs, and whoever's promotion is, now we focus on dollar sales, not per person,
yeah,
total dollars, and then we break it down per click-through.
yeah.
So we
And
actually
the
have deeper metrics. We're measuring deeper versus open rate.
yeah, and the other one you have to watch. I mean, and some people they ignore this one in the chat. You're unsubscribing, you bounce.
Oh yeah. Oh,
If your unsubscribe rate is going up, 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 that means your content in your email is going down, 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 down.
it's crap.
It's crap. So you have to look. I mean, everyone's going to get, when you send out emails, you're going to get to a point where you'll have unsubscribes every single site.
Yeah,
But if it's like, oh, why have I got 250 unsubscribes on a 500-person email list? Oh, darling, you have a big problem.
exactly. And I know we've talked about this on one of my joint venture partners. I saw over 100 unsubscribes on this one individual, so I would never do a joint venture partnership with them again. It
Mhm.
did not sit well with my audience.
So instant gratification can just backfire on you too, because if you're
Absolutely.
so focused on instant gratification, you're also going to get instant dissatisfaction as well. That's what you're wired for.
But for the record, average bounce rate, 3.6% average. That's
Average.
and that's with all the tools that are out there to clean up your lists. So what that's saying too is on the other end, they could have blocked you without unsubscribing. They
Hmm.
could have a
They could
dead
have typed their email
email.
wrong.
Exactly. Email wrong. Or what about a lot of people have what they call the spam mail? So they set
Oh
up a
gosh, yes.
email account for all this stuff to go
Guilty.
into.
I have one. I'm sorry, I do.
I have one too. So. But on their end, it goes into an unbounced or as a
Yeah,
non-active account, but it's active.
yeah.
So what you gave three tips, like what they can do to overcome this instant gratification. What else can we tell them about? Like how can we get them out of that, like, ooh, likes versus appointments?
Okay, so I actually want to, before we do that, I want to say, how many of business owners have a plan that is longer than tomorrow? Set your goals for longer than tomorrow. I mean, for myself personally, I have a 30-day, a 90-day, a 6 month, a 12 month, a 5 year, and a 10 year. Don't mean to overwhelm you, but that's what I did. So when I go for something, I actually ask myself, does this fit? Which of my plans does this goal fit in? Because there is some stuff I am doing now that I am not expecting to pay off for 5 to 10 years. I'm in for the long game, but it's because I have that plan. I can decide which action it fits under, and I can adjust my mentality suitably.
Right.
Okay. But what you have to do is think, what is actually paying you money right now? Is it the likes? Is it the appointments? Is it the sales? And then you need to shift your focus into, well, conversion rate. So you do a post, it's amazing, you get 10 likes. Great. How many conversions did you get off that post? Was there a call to action? Did you have a system where you built their trust and knowledge in you before you did that post? Because the amount of people that just throw nice shit, it don't work. You have to have a balance. Start looking at your conversion rate. Make your instant gratification your conversion rate and set a goal. What's your goal going to be from post to call to sale, or post to click through to sale? And that's what you're going to do. That's your focus, is the conversion rate. Because I don't care how great you are, your conversion rate can always be improved by a little research, a little audience, a little psychology. And you dig into these, and that's your whole thing. My instant gratification for me is, oh, my conversion rate from this to this was this last month. I'm going to reduce by, I'm going to bring another 5%.
Exactly.
And that's what I'll do. I love baby steps. I don't go, well, I'm going to improve this. No, but make it so. No, 5%, I'm happy. So look at that instead. Don't look at the likes. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at that. What is your conversion rate?
Yeah, don't ignore that stuff. Just don't
No.
focus on it. Focus on conversion ratio.
Mhm.
And I know we talked about this years ago and at an event, and we said, people who need that dopamine rush,
Mhm.
and we test. Well, I know I tested this too. It's like, I'm gonna write that one post just for likes,
Mhm.
nothing else, and I'm gonna bring them into my funnel just with one post,
Yeah.
and it worked. No call to action, nothing else. But now I got them in my funnels. Now I started working it. So I got the instant gratification with, wow, it converted people into something without
Yeah.
calling it. And it was a lot of likes, but the next thing I know, they're all following me. And I was like,
Yeah. No. There's another way to do it. I did it with one of my clients this last week. They go out to meetings and they meet people, and they wanted a way to put them into their CRM.
mhm,
But they get very frustrated by all the things they have to. They're not tech friendly, but they also need a dopamine rush. So I designed a form for them in their CRM that they put their information in, just little quick drop downs. They don't have to worry. I have automation set up so it puts everything where it needs to go.
yeah,
And when they click the thing, they get a little automation that automate the little animation that comes up. You did it. You added someone, and it's just like a little celebratory pop up that comes up. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you love that." I'm like, I knew you would. But I'm celebrating her having an action, not
right.
a wish.
Absolutely. So let's give them a big wrap up on instant
Yeah.
gratification.
Pick the things that you can get instant gratification on that are not going to affect your business. Is that I added so many people into my list. I had 5 conversations, not I had 10 likes. Pick something that's an actionable item that's going to move you forward. And honestly, it does not matter if it sucks right now. If your goal is, I'm going to talk to 5 people and none of them convert, you can still have that instant gratification for talking to 5, because practice actually helps you get better at the conversion.
Absolutely.
2, if you can't find some way to do that in your business, find something outside your business to give you the instant gratification help. Because if you need it, you need it. I'm not going to tell you not to have it.
Yeah.
And then three, set your plans up, not just a 1 day plan. At least go to a year, folks. At least. And then when you do something, is this going to be a 1 year goal? Is this going to be a 6 month goal? Is this because you're tempering your mindset to accept it in that time frame, not instantly? What about you,
Exactly.
Steve? What would you tell them?
You don't, yeah, you have to have a plan, first of all. And if you're after the instant gratification, it's like, you know what, I can go to the grocery store right now and get some ice cream. That's instant gratification right there.
Yeah,
But for
doesn't
me,
have to
it's
be in
like,
business.
I've learned long, long time ago, that is not what I'm building. The likes and everything are cute and everything. It's the conversion, it's the appointments on my calendar. That's
Mhm.
more important to me than, getting the likes, the shares, and everything else. Because some of my stuff gets shared a lot. But you
Yeah,
know what? I'm at top of mind with all those people. So they
yeah,
refer me to others. And so it's working in a way,
yeah.
but I can care. I'm not sitting there looking at all the shares. Oh, look, but people shared my stuff. Oh, look at me.
And they can, oh my gosh, we talked about this a long time ago, Steve. There was somebody who kept going on, well, I had 78 shares from this post. And I went and pulled what the shares were. It was them sharing it into 78 groups.
Yeah,
So it wasn't even an accurate thing. It was them doing the work.
right. So I would say, it's great to feel good about that instant gratification, but if you're trying to grow your business, is that really what you're after?
No, no, not unless you can only do the instant. I'm going to say, look at Alex Hormozy. I don't care for all of his techniques. Alex Hormozy, he's a bit of
Yeah.
a bro marketer. I'm not a big fan of that. But if you look at his history, everyone thinks he got instant gratification because of all the book sales in 1 day. But they didn't realize that he pre-launched that book 90 days before.
Yep.
He pre-launched that pre-launch 6 months before. And he did this. This is where you get to have that plan thing where you go, well, this is my 1 year, this is my 2 year. So everything appeared to be instant gratification because he had millions of dollars in sales. It wasn't. It was a 5 year gratification plan, if not eight.
Right.
So, yeah,
So
look at the
folks,
long term.
I would say rethink your strategy. It feels good to have all that instant gratification, but if you're trying to grow your business, that's not the way to do it.
No, and it'll be nice for a minute, and then it goes away, and then you're chasing the next thing.
That's it.
Quick exit to burnout. So,
Absolutely.
what is your long term goal? I want to know what everyone's like. Should we give it easy for them? Let's say, what's your 90-day goal? Because some people are just struggling to get past today.
Right. Funny, that's what I was looking at this morning, my 90 day,
Mhm.
because it's a rolling 90.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm checking every week.
And I'm actually looking at mine for starting in April. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
folks, when we're recording this, we're in the middle of March. So I'm looking at it 2 weeks in advance to make sure I'm on track with my goals because I don't want to wait to the start of the month going, what am I doing this month?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I'm prepared for it. And when the month hits, beginning of the month, I know what I'm doing and it's mapped out.
I think, I'm not, I was going to say, given an example for the tea and coffee, don't we have blog posts out for the next 6 months already scheduled, ready to drop?
Yep. You know what?
That's
And
not
it makes
instant
life
gratification.
easier.
Yeah.
No
So,
stress.
no stress. 90-day goal. So, what is your 90-day goal? You can give me a business goal, you can give me a personal goal. I don't care. I just want to know that you're
Social
thinking at least
media.
social media. You're thinking at least 3 months out. What are you going to be doing 90 days from
Swimsuit season's right around the corner. Could be a fitness goal.
now? It can be anything.
Yeah, just have a
Start
goal.
thinking long and think long term, not short term. So, drop those goals. Make sure you subscribe and like. And share this with other people that you know are literally going day by day, by day by day, and spiraling. Because you never know who's going to need it.
That's it. Make sure you like and share because we need that instant gratification.
Oh gosh, yes, so much. But the funny thing is, this episode's probably not going to go out for 6 weeks because we try and get that much in the can already.
Exactly. By the time you hear this, it'll be next year.
It'll be at least, oh my gosh, probably May, I think. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and we will be back with you next week with something else that might piss you off or make you go, oh, okay, never thought of it that way.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.